Hey guys, what's up? It's early morning, about 6 o'clock right now. I'm on I-10 headed east, and today we are taking a little adventure for a new machine day. I'm headed down to my friend John's shop. He's down in Santa Rosa Beach where we had the scraping class, and he is going to be helping me out with this little endeavor right here. So I haven't ever announced it or said anything about it until now, until recording this, but I made a deal on a very nice Rockford hydraulic Openside shaper from one of my longtime viewers up in North Carolina named Craig. Craig had contacted me and told me about this machine that he has as well. He had some other machinery too that he had collected for some time. He had planned on opening up a shop, and I think his plans had changed. I'm not really sure what happened there, but he decided to do something else. So he was selling all of this machinery, and he knows how much I like the shapers and planers and all the old machines like that. So he had contacted me and said that he's got this Rockford Openside shaper and asked me if I would be interested in it. And I was definitely interested. Him and I worked out a pretty good deal where I actually bought the Rockford and a bunch of his big cast iron straight edges that are unmachined, and some other tooling as well. Also got a Kingway alignment tool and a Glendo carbide grinder. So got a nice little lot of tooling from Craig, and some of that stuff I've already got. He had sent it down, but the machine, I had my friend Fred Newman, you know, he's the one that's helped me deliver a couple of machines such as the G&E shaper, and he said that he would go down and pick it up for me and bring it down here. So the problem that I was having is that it's a big machine. It weighs almost 15,000 pounds, and I really don't have anywhere to put that right now. Okay, it's gonna take some doing if I want to put that in my shop. I was really hoping that I was gonna have a good place to set that and actually fire it up and run it, but I'm not to that point yet. So John offered to hold it for me in one of his buildings, and so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna meet them at John's shop. John's got the loader to unload it, and he's got the storage building to put it in. So big thanks to John for helping me out with this, and at least it'll allow me to store it somewhere temporarily until I have a good place that I know that I can set the machine and work on it, get it hooked up, that kind of stuff. So we're on our way there now. The sun's beaming me on my face. That's why I got my sunglasses on, even though it's early in the morning. But beautiful sunrise. Look at that right there. Driving down Interstate 10. Always like the easterly drive where the sun comes up. It's always really pretty. So we'll see you guys there. All right, looks like everybody made it safe down here to Santa Rosa Beach. Fred's here. Here is the machine, and we're getting ready to start getting unloaded here pretty soon. Fred's just getting all the cribbing, all the strapping off and getting it ready to go. So here's your first look at it. This is a Rockford 60-inch hydraulic Openside shaper. It is a big machine, and it weighs, catalog says it weighs approximately 14,500 pounds. And my friend John, he's in there right now talking to Andrew, because Andrew's here as well. He has got a big loader in there that he said should handle this no problem. He's also got two 15,000 pound forklifts as well. Nice looking machine. Fred's also got, this is a planer that belongs to Mike Wiggins, backyard machine shop. This was up north. He brought it down. It had been ground. This is one of my straight edges that came with the Rockford, and there's going to be some more. I believe they're in the back of the truck there. We got to find. These are some vices that go to my friend Lance Balsey there. Some stuff that he had bought. Oh, and this is mine too. Well, I called it a Glendo. It's an AccuFinish Series 2 carbide grinder. All right, we're going to go ahead and start work on getting this thing down, and hopefully we're going to have a safe and successful unload of this thing. We'll get John's loader out here, hopefully get it picked up, and then maybe Fred can just drive out from underneath it and we'll lower it down to the ground and get it really low, and then we're going to be putting it inside John's, one of his storage buildings right here. There's John's little loader. Wow.
You good?
Man, that went pretty easy.
Yeah.
Something to put underneath it when he puts it down?
Sure, we can find something in there.
Look at the weight on that.
Oh, yeah. got my wonderful assistant helping me with the filming today, Mr. Andrew.
Got a little weight on there?
Yeah. What do you think? Just the ends, maybe?
I'd put that thing, I'd put it close up here so I can get it. That's where the weight is.
You got the column?
Vessel point. Remember what you guys called it?
Yep.
Go ahead and put it. I'll tell you what, I'll put it on that side.
Give me the shorter one.
We got these,
Is that long enough to go all the way through or not?
yeah.
Let's use this one over here. Maybe we'll put that one way over here.
Okay.
Hey, the limit switch is held on by a C-clamp. That's amazing.
That might be a repair we have to do, huh?
What do you think, Adam? Are you pleased?
I am very pleased. I'm excited to get this thing hooked up and running. We need to see some 16-inch cuts on this.
What is this machine exactly?
Well, it's a Rockford Openside shaper. It's not a planer. They call it an Openside shaper. 16-inch travel.
This was on your bucket list?
Well, yeah, it's always been on one of my want lists. I wanted the 36-inch Cincinnati, but I found this one, so I think this will satisfy my my want for a big shaper.
Amazing.
Touchdown.
All right.
That's what we need right there, man.
You might want to screw these two boards together.
Where's Japan? China. China?
I gotta learn how to operate, man. Look at all this stuff. So you got the side head, so you can you can cut on the side or the top. And it's got the automatic lifters on it, so on the retract it lifts the tool out of the way, doesn't drag. This is such a cool machine, man. I've always wanted one of these, and it just happened to, it popped up. You know, Craig had contacted me and said that he had this thing in storage and said he wanted to sell it. And
Watch my hand. Talk to my hand.
talk to your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, am I looking down too much?
Yeah.
But anyway, Craig had contacted me and said that he had this right here, and we made a good deal on it. So here it is. There's a lot of brass chips on it, so we hope that's an indication that maybe it didn't live too hard of a life. A lot of brass chips on it. The table looks good. Oh yeah. So it's definitely dirty, just like any shop in any machine in an old machine shop. So we got some cleanup to do, but I don't think it's in too bad a condition right here. I'm gonna go ahead and unload Mike's stuff here now. See that bush bush straight edge up there. That's something that we'll be cutting in on that Rockford. You got it, John. Those are made by the Skinner Chuck Company. All right, so we got one more to unload. This is for Keith Rucker. It's a hit and miss engine.
It's gonna swing a little.
There you go. There you go.
Pull that regulator up if you can, so I don't see it. Yeah.
Want to put it on a forklift pallet?
Yeah, we could. That'd be a good idea.
There's one even on that track bin right there.
All right, go ahead and lower it down.
That's perfect.
Or good. I go. All right. There's the 4-foot Kingway.
Somebody made this?
No. The Burke bar?
No, this.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the bar. Yeah, this is the Richard King, called the Kingway. That's the 48 inch right there. I think he's got somebody up in, somewhere up north that cast those for him.
Who's he?
Richard King
Oh, Richard.
at Kingway Consultants. He's the one, Richard is the one that does the craping classes.
Ah, I got you.
That's, he sells these from, I think, 24 inch up to maybe 60 inch. I think this is another bush. Yeah, so this is a bush. That one's unfinished too.
You're gonna finish these out?
Yeah, these are all great jobs to do on that Rockford.
One pass?
Absolutely. When in doubt, just make a big
tool?
a big cut. All right, guys, we got everything unloaded. The Rockford safely unloaded. We got Keith's stuff right here, his hit and miss engine. So we're gonna, for the time being, we're gonna keep this here in John's warehouse, and you know, if he ends up having to move it around, he will do that. We got my one of my straight edges up here sitting on it. This is the bush, and I believe that was the 5-footer. We're just gonna leave it here for now. I've got all the other ones in the back of the truck, and I'll take those home and put them in the storage unit. But I'm really excited about the machine. It does seem to be in good working condition, but obviously I won't know that until we actually get it and get it hooked up. But Craig had told me that he had purchased it from, it was in operating condition whenever he bought it, and they pulled it out of that shop. It's definitely dirty, so it's got to have a good cleaning. Have to clean the table off, but even though there's surface rust on the table, I can tell that it's in good, clean condition. It doesn't look bad at all. This one is equipped with the side head right here, So you can cut on the side or cut on the top. It has the automatic tool lifters built into it. Pretty flaking marks on the ways right there. And of course we got this is Mike Wiggins' planer base. The tabletop is underneath it there. So he's going to be coming down here to pick this up from John's. Yep. So that's going to be about it for the for this right here. And there's one machine right over here that I'm going to show you guys. It's something that I'm talking to John about. It's one that he owns, and we could work a deal on it later on down the road. Let me show you that. So this guy right here, it's a big Cincinnati, I believe it's a Cincinnati number 4 milling machine, one of the big sizes. This is one of John's machines that he has purchased at auction, so it's a surplus to him at this point. I asked him, is he interested in selling it, and he says that he would probably sell it to me if I was interested in it. And I may be looking at this as an option to maybe replace the Kearney and Trekker that I have now. He says this come out of a government. This was bought from government surplus, and he's looked it over. It's been in here for a while. He thinks that it looks like it's in good shape. So we don't know if there's anything wrong with it, but his best opinion is that it's in good running condition. Even the ways look pretty good on it. So nice big table on it. Looks like it's definitely over 12-inch wide table. It's got the power overarm up here, so you've got the horizontal spindle here, and you've got the vertical head out here. This rotates. You can rotate it around. You've got a separate motor up here that runs the vertical head, so it gives you a nice range out here on this table. Nice big mill. So it's very possible that I could maybe work a deal with John later on down the road about this big Cincinnati right here. He's got this guy too. This is pretty cool. A Mori vertical slaughter. So if you don't know what this is, it's like a shaper turned up vertical for doing internal shapes. It's got a built-in rotary table on the machine there. Very cool machine right there. I think we're gonna head back home now. We got everything finished up. I want to give a big thanks to John for allowing me to store it here, and also his help getting it unloaded. His big loader over there, that is nice right there. But he's got business around here that he needs that big equipment like that for unloading and loading. You can kind of see this is just one of his warehouses right here, where he owns. He's got several businesses, but the business here is Specialty Woods Inc. And he supplies and sells exotic hardwoods all over the world. So he's got just about anything you could imagine, or anything you would want in here. So and you guys, maybe some of your suppliers that's looking for wood products, he would be somebody great to talk to about supplying large bundles of exotic hardwoods. So thank you, John, for helping me out. It was great seeing Andrew, hanging out with him. He just so happened to be here in the area, and he wanted to come by and hang out with us and meet John and watch all the unloading process. So we will see you guys later, all right? Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a little update on some of the straight edges that I picked up in this lot here, and we've done some evaporust treatment on them. This is the 48-inch Kingway. I have not done it because this foam on here, I want to get this cleaned off first, get it wire brushed and get all that off there, and then we'll set that down into the evaporust vat here. But just want to show you how everything came out. I just soaked everything for a day, and everything looks nice and pretty, like just gray iron now, you know, just straight metal. So that's the square, Dempco square. These are the two straight edges that were already machined, and I believe these were already hand scraped. It's just real hard to tell now, but I think I can clean those up. Maybe we'll give them a polish with the flat stones and see what it looks like. But these may end up having to be, you know, touched up. But I believe those were already scraped before. The bottom and then the angle on the side. They were machined across the top. Some holes drilled in there. So these just really look like completely shop made straight edges, possibly out of a piece of Durabar. I really don't know. Maybe it wasn't, but that's just what I was thinking there. Anyway, those are pretty cool. All right, we got this guy here. I think that's an 18-inch. And it cleaned up good. I don't know who made that one there. It sort of has the brown and sharp look to it, where you put the wooden blocks on there. All right, and then we got the big 36-inch bush. Cleaned it up real nice. This is just where I had it laid over, was drying it out in the sun. So in case you weren't aware, one of the tricks you can do with the evaporust is after you pull your parts out, hose them off real good, scrub them, whatever you need to do to get all the black off of it and all of the loose rust off of it after they've been treated. So hose them off and then just dunk them back into the evaporust and just let them dry. And what it does, it leaves a real thin rust inhibiting layer on the surface to help keep them from flash rusting again. And that's all this is. This is after it dried, because I had it laid over like that and then I stood it up. So it turned out real nice. So just wanted to share those with you because I got them cleaned up. I'm going to put them on the shelf and store them away. So this will be the next one though. Get that wire brushed and we'll get that soaked. I'll show you guys later how this one turned out. I wanted to share this really nice care package that was given to me by Utectic. And if you guys have watched any of my spray weld videos in the past, I've got one here recently that I shared, you know, SNS episode 300. We did a nice spray weld repair using my Utectic Rototech gun model. I have the Model 1 right here. They also built this in the Model 1A. Okay, it looks just like that. But this is what has done a lot of the spray welding in my shop and here in my shop. And you know, most of those videos you've seen using this powder right here as well. This is the old bottles. But Utectic had reached out to me. They really loved the videos and enjoyed me showing what it was I was doing there using the Utectic gun. And they wanted to send a few products from, you know, to say thank you really for sharing that on the channel there. And I love showing this spray welding and any of the welding type procedures, build up, overlay, you know, anything like that. And Utectic has always been the brand that I use for the metal powders and build-up work. But Utectic is, I don't think they seem to be quite as known as some of the other big names in the welding industry as far as the you know, filler metals, welding rods, wire, and brazing rods, that kind of thing. But they have a lot of excellent products, Castelline Utectic. And this is their catalog right here that shows all of their stuff. They have electrodes, and they have welding wire, TIG wire, brazing rods. They have all of the powders for the Rototech gun and the newer style Pterodine guns, all of the thermal spray, and also for the Superjet, which I've showed a couple times for the Utiloy torch. So they wanted to just send me some different stuff. They asked, you know, the different applications that I come across, and they just put together this little package and sent me some stuff. So we've got some powders that we can use right here for our future spray welding. We've got two different Utiloy powders right here that we can use. One is going to be for steel and stainless, and the other one is for cast iron. We also have some electrodes right here. These, the Utectrode 3055, this is for cast iron, and then the Utectrode 680s, which we got 2 boxes of these. These are going to be your I call them dissimilar metals or problem solving, you know, welding rods right there. You can use these for stainless, for steel. If you want to weld dissimilar metals together, the 680, that's what that's good for. And they do a beautiful job too. I believe it's very similar to a 312 stainless welding rod with the proper flux and everything built onto them there. And then this one up here is the Utectrode 7625, and this is for hard facing. Okay, so that'd be a great one there to play around with and try that out too. But I had told him that back in the day, because Eutectic used to come around and visit my dad, you know, years ago. This is well before I was in the shop. And they sold him the powders that he needed for this exact gun right here. So he bought all his powders from Eutectic. He also bought brazing rods from them. And I told them I wasn't sure which brazing rods, but my dad swore by these things. And one of them was pink and the other one was blue. So they threw both of these in there as these little sample packets to try. And my dad loved using these brazing rods. They were so strong, and he just swore by them. It was back in the days where the salesman would come into the shop and they would actually demo these things for you right there in the shop using your equipment and your torch. And ever since then, you know, he swore by these pink and these blue brazing rods. So we got some samples there to try for many different applications, any kind of brazing project that you might have. All right. They also sent a few of these samples here. We got an ADT, which is a general purpose electrode, but these are any position, just really super easy. Anybody can weld one of these right here. And then there's 7018 RS. So I don't know what the difference is on just a regular everyday 7018 versus theirs right here, but I'm going to give them a try and see how they weld. So that's pretty much it right there. Oh, they also sent that Playmate cooler and a t-shirt and some stickers and stuff. But showing you this right here, I wanted to go ahead and announce that I'm probably going to be moving on to the Terrydyne torch from here on out. And this is the case right here. Now, I bought this last year. I have never shared it, never told anybody. I just bought it and I put it away. But this is the Terrydyne 2000, made by Eutectic. And this is a complete torch kit that I bought to be able to use. And if you guys are longtime viewers and you watched me do spray welding at Motion when I was with them, this is the torch I was using right here. All right, it was this guy right here. It does a lot better job than the Model 1, which is this guy right here. So they started with this guy, and then they developed this one over 35 years ago. That's how old this guy is right here. And they have a newer version of this as well, but it's pretty much the same thing. I think it's just, you know, they've improved it since then. Whoever owned this one also machined a phenolic handle to go on the gun there as well, because these are known for breaking and cracking. So that's pretty cool. Nice little bonus handle to go there with it. But I am going to be sending this kit up to Eutectic, and I'm going to have them service it. I don't know what kind of condition it's in, but they have a tech team there that services their own equipment, does any kind of repairs needed. So I'm gonna send this up there, and they're gonna go through it and make sure that this is in top working condition before I hook it up and start using it. So we're gonna get that done pretty soon there as well. Looks like we still got some O-rings, tip cleaners in there, and the rest of the stuff with us is actually out in the storage building. We got the hoses for it there as well. But this is going to be an excellent one to go to. So once we get this sent up there and they do their service, we'll be able to hook this up and start using this for our future spray welding repairs. And that's where we'll be using these powders right here. We got 3 different types: 21021, 21031, and then we got a 21074, which this is an aluminum bronze powder right here. The other two, these are more of your general use for bearing and seal journals, that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to say thanks to Eutectic. I don't know if they're if they're watching all these videos or not, but anyway, I was very very pleased that they sent this. These types of welding rods are not cheap to buy, but they make a very excellent product, and they're a worldwide company. I think they're in many countries, representing their brand and their products there. So you guys might look them up, see if you can get you one of these product summaries right here and look through their catalog, because they have a lot of different filler metals there. Really nice high-end stuff, and they make a really good product. So I've been using them for years and years, a couple of decades now, and I stand behind them. So anyway, just wanted to give thanks to Eutectic for the awesome little care package here.